It's 1942, smack bang in the middle of World War II. Pearl Harbor has just happened, and somewhere in the state of Pennsylvania, a dentist called Lytle S has an idea. Eureka! Immediately, Lytle writes a letter to his friend, wife of the president, Eleanor Roosevelt. Dear Eleanor, I know how we can defeat the Japanese. With bats and bombs. Love, your friend, Lytle S. XOXO. Eleanor passed a letter on to her husband, American President Franklin Roosevelt. Bats and bombs, you say? Say no more, fam. President Roosevelt liked the idea so much that he gave it government approval and handed it to the United States Army Air Force. Bat bombs? Seriously? Lytle Adams, who, let's not forget, was a dentist, was then given a budget and charged with assembling a crack team to bring his bat bomb dream into reality. And what exactly was his bat bomb dream, you ask? It was simple. Lytle had not long since been on a trip to Carlsbad Caverns National Park, where he'd been intrigued by the local bats. They were capable of carrying their own body weight while flying. Lytle knew that after these nocturnal creatures had finished doing bat stuff in the night, they would return to roost and sleep throughout the day. Lytle also knew that most of Tokyo's buildings were made of wood. He predicted that if the US Army could strap enough bombs to enough bats, the bats would roost in the city's wooden buildings and they could burn Tokyo to the ground. When speaking of Lytle Adams's plan, President Roosevelt is quoted as saying, "This man is not a nut. It sounds like a perfectly wild idea, but it's worth looking into." And it turns out the idea was worth $2 million of looking into, to be precise. Around $35 million in today's money. So, Lytle Adams, the dentist with a dream, was given the funds to hire his dream team, which included bat expert Jack Von Blocher, Hollywood actor Tim Holt, a gangster, and some bloke who owned a hotel. A dream team indeed. The bat bomb project was given the code name Project X-Ray, and the team quickly got to work, capturing bats and blowing them up. Initially, the team used white phosphorus, but when the inventor of napalm, Louis Fazer, was added to the dream team, his deadly invention came with him. The bat bombs proved to be very effective in causing destruction. On a US Air Force base, a few of the bats escaped and managed to roost on a fuel tank of all places, resulting in the base being burned to the ground. In more intentional tests of the bats' military capabilities, the US Marines had carried out a controlled test on a fake Japanese village that had been constructed in Utah. Again, the bats managed to burn the model village to the ground, and it was determined that bat bombs were actually even more effective than conventional bombs already being used at the time. So, in 1943, planning for a bat bomb attack on Tokyo began. Okay, so first we put the bats into hibernation. How do we do that? We put them in a fridge. Ah yes, of course. Then we glue the bombs to the bats. And we take those cold sleepy bat bombs and put them inside little capsules. We load 1,000 of the capsules onto a plane. Then we fly the plane over Tokyo and release them. When the sun starts coming up, the bats will find somewhere to roost in Tokyo's many wooden buildings. The timers go off and kaboom! The city goes up in flames. It's genius! Get those bats in the fridge immediately! What's that? We developed a nuclear bomb? What the heck is a nuclear bomb? It's the most destructive bomb ever made? And it will change the course of human history forever? Sorry boys, looks like we have a far more terrifying and potentially apocalyptic idea. Project X-Ray is hereby cancelled. Aww. And just like that, Lytle Adams's batty idea was shelved. And it was the Manhattan Project, not Project X-Ray, that would go on to deal the decisive blow to Japan and end the war.
Bye.